Start in mountain pose, the top of your mat, with feet hip distance apart, arms out by the sides, and just take up as much room as you can. Spread your fingertips, spread your toes, and just press your feet downward into the earth. As you inhale, expand as big as you can, and exhale to release any tension that you're holding in your body or your mind. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out of your mouth. We'll start with a little bit of joint movement. Start moving your wrists, your ankles, your elbows, your knees, your shoulders, and your hips. And we'll come back to standing. With your next inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Shoulders stay relaxed into shoulder sockets. Exhale, arms back down by your sides. We'll continue this a few times. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, turn your palms down, back down by your sides. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands by your sides. Inhale, sweep. And swan dive down. Lead with your heart, hinge from your hips. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bent knee, forward fold, draw your nose to shins. Inhale, mountain pose, sweep your arms up and overhead. Exhale, swan dive down, nose to shins. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine, reach the crown of your head as far forward as you can. And exhale, forward fold, draw your nose to shins. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. And exhale, swan dive down, nose to shins as you fold. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to high plank. Shift forward, shift back, shift side to side. Take a moment to notice how your limbs are attached to your core. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, drop your knees and slowly lower to the mat. Keep your elbows hugged in. Rolling cobras. Inhale, lift your chest, float your hands, stay long in the back of your neck. Gaze is forward but down. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Use a little bit of strength in your arms. Draw your shoulders down and back. And exhale, release. Inhale, lift as high as you want to go. Shoulders pull back. And exhale, roll down. Inhale, press to tabletop. And then find your way to cat and cow. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chin. And exhale, arch your back, round chin to your chest. Press your hands downward into the floor. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chin, rotate your hips as high as you can. And exhale, arch your back, chin to chest, press your hands downward. Again, inhale, drop your belly, lift your chin, shoulders back. And exhale, arch your back, chin to chest, press your hands down, down, down. Inhale, come back to neutral. And exhale, be sure that your wrists are under shoulders and knees are under your hips. Set up for opposite arm and leg extension. Reach your right arm forward and your left leg back. We want our right hand facing the left side of the room, right thumb facing up. Reach your left heel far back to the back. As you inhale, reach a little bit further forward and back. And as you exhale, tap elbow to knee, round chin into your chest as tight as you can as you tap. Inhale, extend, fingertips forward and heel backwards. Exhale, tap elbow to knee, chin to chest as you round. And one more time, inhale, extend. And exhale, tap and compress, compress, compress. Inhale, reach long. And exhale, release to the mat. Second side, reach your left arm forward and right leg back. Again, be sure that your right wrist is directly underneath your right shoulder. Otherwise, this balance may feel kind of funky. As you inhale, reach a little bit further forward and further back. And as you exhale, tap elbow to knee, round chin into your chest, and tap as tight as you can. Inhale, extend, fingertips forward, heel back. And exhale, tap elbow to knee, chin to chest, round. One more time, inhale, reach. And exhale, tap elbow to knee, chin to chest. Final extension, reach long, and gently release to the mat. Set yourself up for downward dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, and find your way back. Spread your fingertips wide, pedal your feet out. Next inhale, sweep your left leg to the sky, and step between your hands. Drop your right knee, untuck your right toes. We'll set up for our grounded lunge. You can use your blocks here if you'd like, or just have your hands resting by your sides. We want our hips pressing forward and down. Make sure that your left knee is stacked over your left ankle. We'll take a few pulses in and out of the front leg just to get our hips loosened up. With your next inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Relax your shoulders down. Spread through your fingertips. Send your gaze forward and up. Keep sinking your hips further towards the earth, and try not to hold any unnecessary tension in your toes or your jaw. Next inhale, reach a little bit higher, and exhale, hands to the floor for half splits. Straighten your left leg and flex your left toes back towards your shin. We want our right knee underneath right hip, or even a little bit further behind the hip, but try not to have your knee forward in front. As you inhale, lengthen your spine, the crown of your head extends forward. And as you exhale, fold your nose towards your shin. Keep your toes flexed back towards your shin, even if you feel uncomfortable in the back of your left leg. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold nose to shin. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold nose to shin. One more time, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Hold compressed for a moment. Inhale, walk your hands to the top of the mat. And exhale, step back to downward dog. Inhale, shift forward to high plank. Exhale, lower halfway or all of the way. Take your inhale to up dog or cobra. Pull your shoulders down and back. And exhale to downward facing dog. Take a cleansing breath in through your nose. And out of your mouth. Inhale, lift your right leg to the sky. Keep your toes facing the floor. And exhale, step between your hands. Drop your left knee, untuck your left toes, and bring your hands by your hips with the support of your blocks. Now here we want our shoulders stacked over hips so that we're not hunching over. We want to stay nice and open through our chest. Take a few pulses in and out of your front leg, maybe timing your breath to the movement. As you inhale, straighten your right leg. As you exhale, deepen your lunge. With your next inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Maybe wiggle your right toes for a moment. And again, try not to hold any unnecessary tension in your face, your neck, or your shoulders. Breathe. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands to the floor for half splits. Flex your toes back towards your shin. Pull your right hip back and your left hip forward. Now each inhale, think about lengthening your spine. The crown of your head extends forward. And as you exhale, fold your nose down towards your shin. Try to compress your chest towards your belly. Again, inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold nose to shin. One more time, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Stay compressed for a few breaths. Inhale, walk your hands forward. Exhale, step back to downward dog. Inhale, shift forward to high plank. Exhale, lower halfway or all of the way. Take your inhale to up dog or cobra, pull your shoulders back, and exhale to downward dog. Inhale, left leg high. Step through your hands, drop your right knee, untuck your toes. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. And exhale, hands to the floor for half splits. Straighten your left leg, flex your toes back. Lengthen with your inhale. And fold nose to shin with your exhale. Inhale, walk your hands to the top. Exhale, step back to downward dog. High plank, inhale. Lower halfway or all the way, exhale. Up dog or cobra, inhale. To downward dog, exhale. Right leg high, inhale. Step through your hands, exhale. Drop your left knee, untuck your toes. Inhale, sweep your arms up. And exhale, hands to the floor, half splits. Straighten your right leg, flex your toes back towards your shin. Lengthen with your inhale breath. Exhale, fold nose to shin with your exhale. Inhale, walk your hands to the top. And step back to downward dog. High plank, inhale. Half plank, exhale. Up dog or cobra, inhale. To downward dog, exhale. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold, draw nose to shins. Keep your blocks in front. Forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Keep your shoulders relaxed and draw hands to heart center. We'll set up for staff pose. So take a moment to shift your weight into your left leg and lift your right leg up. As we get into our balancing postures, make sure to not press your toes too much into the mat. You might even lift or wiggle your left toes for a moment. Try to keep your hips parallel as best you can. And as you inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Press your left heel into the floor, relax your shoulders away from your ears. And if you fall out of this pose a few times, don't worry, just come back into it more times than you fall down. As they say, get knocked down 9 times, get up 10. Relax your shoulders and breathe. As you inhale, get big, reach up to the sky, and find your way to full airplane. Sweep your arms back and start extending your right leg to the back of the room. Now be sure to keep a micro bend in your left knee. We don't want to lock out the joint. Keep your right toes facing the floor, arms by your sides, and you have the option to bring your hands to the blocks if you'd like to here, or keep your hands by your sides. Hands at blocks just makes things a little bit easier for balance, but choose what feels best in your body. Breathe here. And step back with your exhale. Set a pyramid pose. We want our right toes facing the top right corner of the room, about a 45-degree angle. Our feet about hip distance apart. Now be sure that your hips are level. You can check by bringing one hand to your lower back and being sure that one hip is not higher than the other. Now here, as you inhale, lengthen your spine, reach the crown of your head forward. And as you exhale, fold your nose towards your shin. Again, inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold your nose towards your shin. While doing this, be sure that your right foot is pressing evenly into the floor just as much as your left foot is. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Place your blocks to the top of your mat. Step your right foot back. Inhale, step your left foot back to meet right. Lower from high to low plank as you exhale. Your inhale takes you to up dog or cobra. And exhale to downward facing dog. Full breath. Strong open mouth exhale. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, forward fold. Bring your blocks to the top of your mat. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. And draw hands to heart center. Staff pose in the right leg. Shift your weight into your right leg. Notice how it feels to have weight in your right foot. And then when you feel ready, start to lift your left leg up. Again, no matter how many times you fall out of this pose, just do your best to come back into it. Be sure that your gaze is set at one point in front of you. Try not to shift your focal point too much. This will only shift your balance. We want to keep our gaze as steady as our balance, and our breath will help us be steady as well. Reach your arms straight up to the sky. Relax your shoulders away from your ears and drive your right heel downward into the floor. A micro bend in your knee will help keep your muscles engaged and prevent you from locking out your joint. Breathe. With your next exhale, sweep your arms and your left leg back for airplane. Again, keep your micro bend in your right knee. Keep your left toes facing the floor. Hands by your sides with your palms facing down. Think about reaching your middle fingers to the back of the room and just take up as much space as you can. You have the option to stay here or use your blocks for a little bit of support, but keep pressing your right heel down and lifting your left leg. Breathe. Next inhale, lift, get big. And slowly bring your left foot to the floor, set up pyramid pose. Again, we want our left toes facing the top left corner of the room. We want our stance short enough that we can have hips be level. We want our stance long enough that you feel both legs engaged. Now as you inhale, lengthen your spine, slightly straighten your right leg. And as you exhale, fold your nose towards your shin. Again, inhale, lengthen your spine, crown of your head extends, and exhale, fold your nose towards your shin. Lengthen, inhale, and fold, exhale. Place your blocks to the top of your mat. Step your left foot back, right foot back. Lower from high to low plank. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Pull your shoulders back. Find your way into embryo pose. Bring your knees and your feet hip distance apart. Let your hands rest by your hips with your palms facing up. Connect your forehead to the earth. And just take a few breaths to ground any thoughts or any unwanted energy back down into the earth as you exhale, forehead to the mat. Full breath in. Full breath out. We'll now find our way into a seated position, and we'll set ourselves up for what we call Kapalabhati breath. This breath style is a little bit more complicated than some of the more beginner breath practices. In Kapalabhati breath, first we want to make sure that we have a comfortable seat and that our spine is supporting us in a way that our diaphragm can expand. Now, if you notice that your lower back is rounding towards the back of the room, it's time to use some support. Ideally, we want our belly to be able to move as free as possible. Now, just for the sake of being able to see this visually, I'll show you what we want to happen here with our belly. We want our belly pulling in towards our spine as we exhale. So we inhale just slightly, The exhale, we want to recoil our belly towards our spine. So there's really no inhale happening. It is the recoil of the exhale that brings air into the belly. So I'll show you just for a moment. As we exhale, pull belly button in towards your spine. The inhale happens on its own. Don't worry about forcing the inhale yourself. So first, we just want to take 2 deep breaths. Breathe as deep as you can. Exhale all the way out. Again, full breath in. And full breath out. So we take a half of an inhale now, just into the belly. And as we exhale, think about pressing belly towards your spine. So it's a go as slow or as fast as feels best to you. Ideally, especially if you're just starting this practice, slower will be better. And I want you to go for just 30 seconds. This is a good starting point for us. After 30 seconds, press out all the way. Pull your belly up towards your ribs without inhaling. And then exhale it all the way out. Inhale, full breath in. And exhale out. So as you can tell, this breath style is a little bit more complicated than most. You're welcome to try another round of breath that same way if you would like. Otherwise, just notice any sensations happening in your body as you sit here and just breathe normal. Kapalabhati is a great way to stimulate our digestive system, to help cleanse our lymphatic system, and to give us an overall sense of steady energy. We'll now set up for Shavasana. Remove your props off to the side. Bring your heels to the edges of your mat. Let your hands rest by your sides with your palms facing up. Inhale, take a stretch for the front and back of the room. And give yourself a hug of your knees into your chest. And relax into Shavasana. A simple visualization that we can do here in Shavasana is to imagine that there is a sun hovering above us, just the size of a beach ball, hovering about 5 feet above you. Just like the sun, this bright orb of white, healing light is cleansing our body. Notice the warmth of this bright, white, healing light on your skin. Allow this bright, white, healing light to penetrate deeper than your skin and to cleanse your muscles, your bones, your joints, every cell of your body. With each inhale, bring in this bright, white, healing light. And with each exhale, let go of stale energy. Inhale, bring in the bright, white, healing light. And let go. Stay here for as long as you have time for. When you are ready to begin moving again, start by deepening your breath. Bring gentle movement into your fingertips, into your toes, hands and feet, arms and legs. Take a stretch for the front and back of the room like you're just waking up. And hug your knees into your chest. Draw your nose into your shins for a tight squeeze. And then roll to your right side, fetal position, for just a few breaths. Allow yourself to reset your mind and your body. When you feel ready, help yourself into seated position. Find the most comfortable seat that you can, maybe maintaining closed eyes so that our attention stays inward. Let the back of your hands rest on your knees. Bring pointer finger and thumb to touch. Allow your neck and your shoulders to relax. Take a moment to notice this stillness that you have created within yourself. And just note that this stillness is waiting for you at any time, should you choose to practice yoga or sometimes just do a few breath practices. We can find this state at any time. It just takes a little bit of willful power and mindful effort. With your next inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead and draw hands to heart center. I'd like to thank each of you for joining me in this immunity series, for committing your time and your energy to this practice, and for healing yourself, because we heal the world one person at a time, starting with ourselves. Bring your thumbs to your forehead, bow to yourself in gratitude. Namaste.